Hi everyone, my name is Draazi, and welcome back to Draazi Plays Darkest Dungeon. So let's continue our campaign, and let's get going. So apparently we can sell unwanted
Curiosity,
trinkets for
interest,
gold.
and obsession. Mile markers on my road to damnation.
Okay, so last time we cleaned out the stagecoach and we also upgraded it a little bit for next week, which has given us 2 new characters for our party. As you can see, Reynolds and Dismas both have a little bit of stress, but there's nothing much going on. They're both level 1, apprentice level, whereas Orlebar and Breteuil are level 0, which is seeker level in the game. So let's have a look at their skills they come with. So our Plague Doctor has the Plague Grenade, which applies Blight to the 2 people in the last 2 positions. He also has Blinding Gas, which can stun the last 2 positions. He has a Battlefield Medicine, which does a small heal and cures Blight and Bleed. And he has Emboldening Vapor, which is basically a buff for other targets or himself. So not too bad. He's a Wheeled Scrounger, which gives him +5 scouting chance in the Wheeled, and he's anemic, which means he has -10% to resist bleed effects. These skills are, most of them are usable in position 3 and 4, so we can use him in position 3 or 4. And then let's have a look at Breteuil's skills. She's a Vessel. She has Divine Grace and Divine Comfort, which are stock and trade basically. She's a healer. This is a single target heal. This is a party heal. And then she has Mace Bash and Hand of Light as abilities, which are not all that great because both of these abilities need her to be in position 1 or 2 to be used, which is not a good position for her to be in. We want her to be in position 3 or 4, and have either Judgment or Dazzling Light or Dazzling Light, to be honest, as abilities. But we'll be able to unlock those further down the line. So for now, she's not going to be contributing much to our damage, but she will be mostly dedicated to healing people. So let's get going on the next quest. We do that by clicking on Embark here. Let's first check whether we have anything in our trinket inventory. No, we don't. So we embark.
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
So in this screen we need to select our next quest. Currently we have 2 options, which is this scout quest here in the ruins, or we can go into the darkest dungeon. Now let's just click this and our party will tell us that they don't think it's a good idea. I'm understating things here. Looking at the fact that it is a level 6 quest, it probably is not a good idea to do that, so let's go back to this quest in the ruins here, which will have us explore 90% of the rooms. It is a short quest, which means there won't be any resting during this quest, and it is of apprentice level, so level 1. Rewards will be 3000 gold, 4 crests, and we will get a debuff charm. Okay, no, that's not a bad one. So, if I remember correctly, this one could be placed in 3 or 4. So we'll put him in 4. I will put Breteuil in 3. I'm putting her in 3 just because if I really want to, I could potentially move her in position 2 to do some damage. I probably won't, but you never know. Then we'll go to provision. This is where
the cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
This is where we will select which items we take along. So some of the characters come pre-equipped with some of these consumable items. We definitely want food, so Let's take 8 food. Let's take 2 shovels. I think 1 anti-venom is good enough. 2 bandages. Medicinal herbs, just 1. 2 keys to open chests. 1 holy water will do us, and then we'll take 6 torches, just to keep our light level up a little bit. All of these things cost money as you buy them. They also take up inventory slots, and they all can be used. Well, most of these can be used to interact with curios to get better effects than just the standard effect. And some of these also have abilities that can be used while exploring the dungeons. For example, the bandages can be used to remove a bleed effect. This can be antivenoms can be used to counter blights and poison effects and toxins. Here we can, with holy water we can increase our resistances, which we probably won't be doing all that often. So yeah, let's just see where we end up here. So let's embark. Good luck, everyone. We're going into the ruins, and it's our first expedition into the ruins of our ancestry. Be curious, be careful. Let's have a look at the map. We need to explore 90% of the rooms, which means I will probably be going this way and leaving that one open. So first step is to go there, and let's move down the hallway. We run into an unburned torch.
If
Let's
only
pick that
treasure
up.
could staunch the flow of
And we
otherworldly
go into the next
corruption.
room, where we have our first fight against 2 bone rabbles, which are unholy basic skeletons with 8 hit points. Shouldn't pose too much of a problem. Okay, I think I may have done something bad here. Okay, he can only use these on the back 2 rows. So we'll be buffing. Let's buff this mass. This mass. These guys are immune to bleed. As you can see, they have 200% bleed resistance, so we won't be using open vein on them. So let's do a grape shot blast and target them. Nice solid hits there. Yeah, our Vestal basically has nothing to do at the moment, so we'll just pass. We'll just do a heal party. Because if you just pass your turn, you get some stress. We don't want that happening. And that's when we get the good heals, evidently, when we don't need them. Good dodge there. These guys are unholy, so smiting them is definitely a good idea. Let's take the one with the most hit points.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
And this one is interesting to know. So when you kill something, it leaves a corpse, which basically blocks the position that the corpse is in. You can continue to attack the corpse, and if you reduce the hit points, which is 7 for this corpse, it disappears, and the rest of the party or the rest of the group slides in. Also, if you kill something with a crit or with a bleed or a blight effect, they do not leave a corpse. So yeah, we're gonna do more buffing. And we'll just use Grape Shot Blast again.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
And pick up our gold. Let's have a look in the chest. It's an unlocked strongbox, which means we don't need a key for it. Let's just open the chest. And we get some goodies. On to the next. So the next room will be an empty room, but we will have a fight along the way and we'll run into an obstacle. What you just saw happen there was scouting. That's a random possibility. Whenever you leave a room, you have the chance that you will scout and reveal the contents of the rooms adjacent. These obstacles are the exact reason why we're bringing shovels. If you don't have a shovel and you need to clear it by hand, it gives your party an extreme amount of stress, so it's not a good thing. Always bring shovels. And this is where we're going to run into the fight. There we go. So we let our torch level drop a little bit low. As I explained before, Dismas is the only one that can hit, well, not the only one, but one of the ones that can hit the guys in the back, so we will be focusing his efforts on this cultist acolyte. Maybe I should go over what we have in the enemy party here. Cultist acolyte, which is a human, and then we have 2 skeletons, a bone soldier and a bone rabble. Both of those are unholy, so good targets for Reynolds. So let's just hit the one in the back with the pistol shot. Ow. I prefer dodge. So let's see, let's use a plague grenade and try to apply the blight. The damage of the grenade itself is very low, but it does leave a nasty damage over time effect. In the meantime, we've got people that are hurt, so let's heal them. As I said, the smite ability to target one of these unholy guys is probably the way to go here. Let's see, so we have a 6 to 12 possibility damage on this one, or 7 to 14. So chances are better to actually outright kill this one.
Another
there
one
we go.
Falls.
Well, let's see if we can get a stun off on this one. Oh, hold on, 6. No, let's hit him with another plague grenade. Because now he will get 8 damage next time he activates and die. And then we'll just use a grape shot blast to target everything with this mass.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Yeah, more healing. And another smite to hopefully finish
As the fiend falls,
the fight.
a faint hope blossoms.
Picking up the loot. Let's also give ourselves a little bit more light. And we go into the next room. From here on we basically have the chance between a room battle with Curio or room battle with Treasure. I'll go for the room battle with Treasure. And moseying on down the hallway. Let's see what's in the backpack.
Glittering gold,
It's
trinkets
not
and
bad.
baubles, paid for in blood.
And we run into another fight, as we knew. Stressful incantation gives you a lot of stress. We will start this off with a grape shot blast. That's not good. Again, plague grenade to target the one in the back. A few people got hurt, so let's do a party heal. Unholy targets in the front, so smite is the way to go. We might get lucky and actually outright kill this one.
Another
There we go.
abomination, cleansed from our lands.
Now we're gonna go for a pistol shot on the one in the back. So Christmas has a bleed effect. Next time he comes around, he'll get 1 damage, and we'll use a bandage to get rid of that damage. Again, another plague grenade right there. Should... Okay, no. Resistance,
Great is the weapon
damage
that cuts on its own.
from the first bleed, or the first blight was enough to kill him. So let's go ahead and smite here. Let's do another targeted heal. Bleed damage was going. The game is telling us we should use a bandage, so let's do that. And there we go. I'll probably go for the open vein just for the regular damage.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them
And that's him all dead. Pick up the loot, have a look at the chest. It's an heirloom chest, so if we put a skeleton key in there, we'll get a hidden compartment and get more loot. Finally something to smile about. And then we go on to the next room. We don't know what's going to happen to us here. I expect we will be walking into a trap anytime soon. There we go.
Ancient traps lie in wait, unsprung and thirsting for blood.
And let's go into the next room, which is an empty room, so we just keep moving. Pick up the backpack.
A fortune waiting
That's
to
a
be
nice
spent.
haul. And then everybody's hungry, so let's give them some food. They will also regain some health. We could do nothing, do this and eat nothing, mostly if we don't have any food, but that's why we're bringing it. So let's eat food. Have a look here, 4 more torches. So yes, I will put this up again. Another empty room. And then we need to go into this one here, and we'll be able to finish the quest after we've done the fight. And there will be an obstacle before we get there. So again, we use the shovel. Let's bump up the light and go into the room, preparing for the next, for the last fight. We're lucky to surprise them, so let's have a look at what we have here. We have a bone defender, a bone soldier, a bone courtier, and a bone arbalist. I'm gonna get us started with a grape shot blast that targets the first tree in this composition. Plague grenades or blinding gas. Let's have a look at their resistances. 10 and 10 for both. Let's go for the damage. It's good, both affected. First rule of dungeoneering: always keep your healer alive. Zealous accusation could hit this one for 3 to 6 and that one for 3 to 7, or we can go for smite, which does 6 to 11 here and 7 to 13. So that would, if we hit, would definitely kill this one. So let's go for that. Dodge there. Not too worried about all this, to be honest. Let's do a party heal.
Slowly, gently. This is how
you saw there,
life
that
is
one died
taken.
to a blight effect, so he did not leave a corpse. We're just gonna go pistol shot here and finish him off. You can't do much, so let's just buff Reynolds and we'll smite here and finish him off. And that's the fight over.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
So we take all this and then we get notified that we don't have any room in our inventory to take everything. Since these are trinkets and we really want them, I'll be dropping some of the consumables that we took along. So I will shift click on these and just pick everything up. I'm gonna continue adventuring for a second because I do want to see what's in the chests. We still have a key for that one. And let's pick that up. Same here, we'll dump this and that and pick everything up. And then we'll be going back to the town. Nice rewards. Everybody gets 2 XP, leveling up Breteuil and Orlebar. Let's see what we get here when it comes to quirks. Thanatophobia is, if his hit points drop below 50%, he gets plus 20% stress. Balance, so he's harder to move by the enemies. He's fascinated with corpses and has, he's on guard. This is a good buff for the first round. That's a good ability. And Ruins Adventure, she will get less stress for any quests we do in the ruins. Not too shabby. Let's return to town.
The tents are pitched, banners fly, and the corpse wagons stand at the ready. The circus has come to town.
And this event always happens in this week. It's basically introducing the Butcher's Circus and DLC content. We haven't installed that one, so we won't be taking part in any of that. Let's have a look at the activity log. And I might not do this every week, but so we were successful in exploring the ruins. Our Breteuil and Orlebar both leveled up to apprentice level. And we unlocked a few buildings, the Abbey, the Tavern, and the Butcher's Circus is in town. And as you can see, we successfully completed our first foray into the ruins, so this caretaker goal has been checked off. As you can see, the Abbey and the Tavern are now available to us. Both serve to relieve our party of some of the stress they've run into during their dungeoneering. So in the Abbey,
The cobwebs have been dusted. The
religion-based recovery.
The Abbey
You can meditate, pray, or
faithful.
Do some flagellation. Also here we can upgrade these things. So basically to improve the amount of stress that we recover. We won't be upgrading that anytime soon. And the Tavern
Fresh kegs,
is also for stress
cards,
recovery, but
and
it's
rooms
through
promise
drinking,
solace
gambling,
to the weary
or
and broken
enjoying
alike.
the pleasures of the flesh. And also the Butcher's Circus is highlighted here. I'll click it, but I will not be enabling the Butcher's Circus. And let's have a look at our stagecoach to see which new recruits have arrived. So we have an occultist, a man-at-arms, a highwayman, and a plague doctor. As we have room in our roster, for the time being, I will just be adding them
To fight the
to
abyss,
the roster.
one must know it.
Keep our options open.
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
Let's look at these upgrades. So for next week, we will need a bigger roster. So I'm gonna upgrade that.
Great heroes can be found even here, in the mud and rain.
Before ending this episode, let's have a look at the abilities of the newly arrived heroes. So Giffard is our occultist. He has sacrificial stab. So basically a melee ability, a ranged ability to target people in the back, a curse, which does a bit of damage and then debuffs the target, and he has his heal spell. This is a bit of a weird healing mechanism. So it can heal between 0 and 13 points, so it's very RNG dependent. Can heal for nothing or for a hell of a lot, but after you've healed him, the target gets a bleed effect on them, which will damage them for 1 point per round for the next 3 rounds. So you could actually end up hurting your character in the longer run. Still very much worth taking along. So he would be best in position 3 actually. Could potentially also be in position 4 and not use sacrificial stab. I'll just go for his artillery. We'll see. Then Feu, whatever, is a man-at-arms, so he can take up the slot of a tank. Has a melee attack, pretty basic melee attack, and an attack that sends him forwards and knockbacks the target and stuns the target. That's good. Then he has a debuff that debuffs the targets on dodge and speed, and he has a self buff or a buff for any potential target to give extra dodge and minus 10% stress. Not a bad one. We'll definitely try him out. Plus 50% to resist diseases, and obsessed with cleanliness. No idea what that is going to do game technically. We'll have to see. And then we have another highwayman who starts off with a reduction to his melee crit, extra scouting chance in the warrens, and plus 15% healing skills while camping. I'll explain camping once we start doing that. He has some different abilities activated than Dismas has. So he has pistol shots, we know that one, we know grape shot blast, we know open vein, but he also has duelist advance, which moves him forward, does damage, and then activates a riposte, which is a retaliate basically. So he will, whenever he's attacked, he will then attack back. So he could potentially be starting in position 3 because he has quite high speed. Maybe we should find something that bumps his speed, and then we can start off with this one, hit somebody, and have that riposte up, and he would then end up in position 2 from where he can use all his other abilities. He can actually use all of his abilities in 2 and 3, so it's yeah, we'll see. And the last one is another Plague Doctor with the Plague Grenade, the Blinding Gas, the melee attack, and the Battlefield Heal. So basically exactly the same as Orlebar. Okay, well, that'll be it for this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.